Now another thing that Helen and myself enjoy is the South of Ireland Championship. Now before Helen and myself went in the South of Ireland Championship for the first time, I had the experience of being there myself, because I was a member of the SCA and our camp is right across the gate, across the road from Lahinch Golf Club. And Lahinch Golf Club used borrow a tent, a marquee for the South in those years starting off, and we'd be looking across the wall, and that was the first time I saw members of our own club playing. I saw Mike Hayes and Mike Murphy. I'm sure Bobby played that year as well. I remember them playing in the South. That was my first recollection of the South and what the South was about. But then we move on from there, and as anyone will know at this stage, I'm still mad about golf. I love amateur golf. But we had been up in Galway holidaying with Helen's sister, Pat, and it came of a Wednesday and we had nothing to do. So I said, the South of Ireland is on. We will go down from Galway to the South of Ireland. So lo and behold, we went down to the South of Ireland. And that was, our children were very small at the time. Our children were very small. We left the children above us with their Helen's and their Auntie Pat, and Helen and myself went down to the South. That would be mid-70s probably. 70s, around the 70s anyway. Maybe late 70s. And we've been going there since. I think we've only missed, we missed 1 year. We didn't, yeah, we did miss 1 year, we didn't go. And that was only 3 years ago. We might make the whole, we always made it our thing, we'd go up for Monday morning. And we'd stay the Monday, the Tuesday, Wednesday, in case there was a rain off, which happened a couple of times, and we'd be there for the Thursday. So we'd always book in for Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday in some place in Lahinch. We played in the same house, I'd say, for years and years, McGlennon's in Lahinch, Johnny McGlennon, and he was very involved with Lahinch Golf Club. He actually, I think he represented Munster. He was an honorary member of Lahinch Golf Club, and he was working as for the South run. He did a lot of the starting duties, you know, announcing the players and things like that. But we stayed in McGlennon's for a long time, and she had an association with Newcastle. She was the Shannon's in Bridge Street. So it's a small little world wherever you go to. But anyway, we move on. We go to Lahinch. We go to Lahinch. Met lots and lots of people. Lots, great players. Harrington. I go by their surnames. Harrington, McGinley, Darren Clark. We're the Australian. Appleby. He played there a couple of years. And there's another story I'll relate to that later on. So we saw great players. There was great fields that time in the South. South was prestige that time. But I had sad to say, in the last 5 or 6 years, the fields are not as strong. Even in the last 3 years, the Irish team for the home internationals has been picked before the South. So it has gone back. But then, like, Adrian Morrow played there, Anderson up from the north of Ireland, saw him playing. He played Mick the Kick Morris from Kerry, great Kerry footballer. Played him in the final, beat him on the 19th. And our man from Ballybunnan, Tom Collison, great man. We followed his match one night out to 22nd. I said, "Helen, we better go back in because we'll get nothing to it." So again, you know, and you had Higgins, and then you had your man from Tralee, Killarney. He turned Michael, what was his name? He turned pro, and he gave up his pro status and came back to amateur golf again after. He won the South in He went south 4 or 5 times. You know, so they've been great. I mean, in our time now, I can't go back. I mean, there was great golfers before that won the south, but in, like I'm saying, that there was great fields that time. But in the last number of years, you haven't a strong field, the strong amateurs on coming, the ones that would be nearly going onto the Irish team. I mean, this year now, you had no member. I don't know, had you only member of the Irish panel last year on going to the south. But again, it's you know, it is one of these. If you enjoy it, you enjoy it. And we go out, Helen and myself, we go out and we go prepared to get wet. Some people think we're so mad to be going watching this Scotch, but that's our love, and we enjoy it. And we had a great experience. We were up in County Down. We saw the Walker Cup in County Down some number of years ago. Our first time we saw the Walker Cup was in Portmannock, and Harrington was playing that year, and Phil Nixon was on the American team that year. And it's story again like that again. Everyone knew we love the golf. And Paddy Lyons says the club are getting tickets for the Walker Cup. Are you interested? And I think, I don't know how much it cost us at the time, but I know I stayed with my niece in Dublin, so that was half the expense saved. But we stayed with my niece Deirdre in Dublin, and so that was the south, and we saw the Walker Cups. We were up this last year again. We went up to see Great Britain and Ireland playing the Europeans in the European Amateur Championship, and that was great. Again, I stayed with my niece again, so she's living up not too far from Portmannock, and again, you see great players, and you don't realise it at the time. The players you're seeing now are the young pros. Not saying Harrington is younger, or Clark, or McGinley, but we saw them when they were young. We saw McGinley playing the Bum the South when he was only 17 years of age. He went out against Mick Morris, 3 up going out to 13th. 3 up going out to 13th. And Mick Morris beat him on the 17th green. And Helen, we met Paul McGinley, and some years ago at something, I can't think what it was, and we drew down about that, and he said, do you remember the time, and he said, I remember it well, he said, because I thought I had it won, but I saw the post too soon. And that time, you know, Paul McGinley sat down on the side of 17 green and put his hands down his head. And Mick Morris the kick, he says, young man, little man, or good little boy or something like that, he says, look, get up on that, he says, it's only a game of golf. When you have as much lost as I have, it's only a game of golf. So, you know, that's their experiences. All the people have them. All the people have experiences. But that's our experiences. And I mean, walking up in Lahinch in the evening after the game when it's over, and you see these players walking up and down the road. I mean, Paul McGinley, or Paul Harrington, and his girlfriend at the time, now his wife, they were staying up the same place where we were, up the same road. So we was meeting them every evening. And these people remember you, and you don't think they do. You don't think they remember you because you're only one of a crowd. But Caroline, I remember we were back in Ballybunion, we were younger, when we were doing the stewarding in Ballybunion and Killarney, and there was, but when we did Ballybunion for the Open, and Caroline came off the hill and talking about in Lahinch. I remember you from Lahinch, she said, going up and down Lahinch.